Welcome everyone to Mentoring with Sally. Today we're talking about age. This has been coming up over and over and over again. We just finished our sales call week and the amount of people that came onto the call that told me how old they were, like it really mattered. So today I wanted to chat with you about age. Because this question, it hangs over the head of so many ambitious souls out there. Is there still time for me to make my mark? Now, if we haven't yet met and you're very new to the Sparkle world, then let us know new in the comments. And if you're a lifer, you know what to do. Drop me some purple hearts and sparkles, even those in the VIP room. I am your automation nerd, lover of sexy numbers, the creator of the Freedom Funnel Formula, and the founder of the Sparkle Class Academy. And I'm here every single Monday. Well, unless it's Monday or Tuesday, honestly, depends on where you are in the world. And we do some sessions for coaches. So if you're a coach or somebody who wants to teach people something, some knowledge in your head, then I'm your girl. If you want to know how to make candles and sell them, well, I'm not your girl. All right, guys. So if you love this show and you want to get reminders, then, oh, hang on. What's going on? We need to go to this camera here. Hi. You need to talk to Dr. Sparkle. She'll hook you up with reminders every time we have Mentoring with Sally. Or if you don't want to miss out, then you want to see all the events, not just Mentoring with Sally, then you want to go to our calendar as well. But let's talk about age today. We as entrepreneurs, I was really surprised through sales call week how many people actually told me how old they were. And Jackie and I were like, so? What does that really matter, right? Because when it comes to success, age really is just a number. But this question, it hangs over the head of so many ambitious entrepreneurs. Is there still time to make my mark? Why do people put a limit on success? So today it's time to debunk some common myths of how and when we should succeed. Now, does your age really determine if you're going to be a success or not? When will you have made it? Do you have an age by which you decide that you need to have ticked off your entire list of achievements? Now, when we were children, success, we felt as though it would all fall into place by the ancient age of 25. Yes, and quite simply, it is just social conditioning. We have a collective adoration of what appears to be overnight successes. And the rise of this influencer culture has truly contributed to this significantly. And the idea that success must happen at such a young age. The reality is that there is a very small little tiny minority of people who do actually get successful at a young age. But they're actually more visible because people talk about those people more. When our media consumption, it tends to really be populated by the very young. And it's easy to see ourselves as failures by comparison when all around us we see so many young people, or we think like these teenagers who are ranking in the millions over on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I mean, influencers being offered CEO positions in their early 20s. Even Zuckerberg, he founded Facebook at the age of 19. And we've seen 21-year-olds become billionaires, marry supermodels, change the social fabric. So how can we not feel insignificant against that? Now, back in the day, we were comparing ourselves to, like back when I was younger, there was a lot of comparison against the 90s supermodels, those women in the magazines, and they felt like that, we were wanting to aspire, or lots of people were trying to aspire to that. And by now, when we're young, we start really comparing ourselves to all of these young, up-and-coming stars. But in the grand scheme of society, the planet of the human race, it's really such a small amount. Suddenly, we pass this we just use this made-up age like we're supposed to have our lives all together by a certain age, by our 20s. But in reality, it's not actually commonly the case. And what this can actually start to do is when we start to think, hey, we should have been successful by now, we start actually questioning ourselves. It starts to erode our own self-worth, and we start to think of ourselves as failures. And we feel as though we've lost our chance and we've been left on the shelf. So let's put a few of these myths to the side, because I really want to put them to bed today, because I went and I did some research over the last week or two, really about age and success and entrepreneurship. And when you see successful people, I want you to really take a step back and realize that the images that are really thrown in our face really don't depict the full picture. We do not see the struggles, the hard work, the million failures along the way that have led to that one moment of success. There's also rarely a true overnight success. Expecting to be successful at a young age actually really defies logic. Patience is the key to success. Yet, many people take an aggressive approach to wealth and prosperity without realizing that there are more productive ways to reach one's goal. We would be likely to exceed at a young age. So we're less likely to exceed at a young age when you take into account what comes with age: experience, maturity, expertise, knowledge, all the ups and downs and trials and failures. These are the ingredients to real mainstream success. And the truth is, everyone has their time in life to be successful. Taking that speedy, careless approach won't actually get you there faster. So just relax. Take your time. Enjoy the journey. You'll get more out of all the connections you make, the conversations you have, to realize that the journey, that is what counts, not the destination. People always try to correlate the age of an entrepreneur to the launch, when they actually launched their startup. But the ultimate success is not at startup phase, right? A common held belief is that a young founder appears to inspire waves of innovation, while older entrepreneurs actually, they launch sustainable businesses. Now, when it comes to the ability of experience, you would say age really does matter. And at the end of it, the belief that your mental sharpness, it doesn't actually peak at an early age. It happens through the years, right? As we grow, we are constantly changing our narrative. And that narrative actually equates to experience with intelligence. But the reality is, it's way more complicated than that. Sure, Mark Zuckerberg, he started Facebook at the age of 19. However, Charles Flint launched IBM at the age of 61. So there have been many studies done on this topic, and I've just been looking through lots of studies. Yeah, I know, geeking number out me, right? But collectively, what I found is the average entrepreneur at launch and startup phase is about 40. But there's a study that said people over the age of 55 are actually twice as likely to have a high growth startup than those people under the age of 35. And the average age of a successful startup that creates over $1 million was aged 39. Now, that's way less than so many people think. I mean, higher than most people think. You see, entrepreneurship is defined as an act of introducing something new, right? We're in an era where everyone seems to be embarking on this path of entrepreneurship. And age really is just a number. Logically, success is seen as we grow, as we evolve, as we become more skilled, more knowledgeable. So logically, the age to help us make a truly successful business is around 40, right? When we can reach our full emotional maturity as an adult. And for many, that really truly rings true. Yours truly. I thought, oh my goodness, in my 30s, why have I not done this thing yet? While the age of experience is often seen as a major driving force that lies behind, the one biggest thing, the most important thing that seems to be the driving factor between people that start up a successful business and those that don't isn't actually age. Even more important than that is mindset. What's happening up here in the grey matter? That is something that goes beyond age, beyond gender, beyond education, wealth, and even geography. Research shows that the older the age is a predictor to entrepreneurship. However, the other traits that are really strongly correlated to success is, 1, fluid intelligence. So this is largely a genetic trait that measures one's ability to quickly learn a new set of rules and apply those rules to solve a problem. Now, it also can be referred to as abstract thinking. That fluid intelligence, actually, it does decline with age, but entrepreneurs are often faced with new problems every day. And we need to have that abstract thinking to be able to solve those problems on a daily basis. I always say every day there is a problem. If that problem hasn't come and it's lunchtime, it's coming in the afternoon and it's a high problem. You've come to visit me today. The second one is openness. Okay, so particularly in fast growth startups, the need to challenge the accepted norms and to be open to change, to new information, will also affect the success of the enterprise. And the third one is a moderate level of agreeableness, agree to stuff. It's the ability to choose the path despite of conflicting information, allowing you as an entrepreneur to persevere in the face of all the obstacles. Okay, so you need to agree with some things, but you just need to stick at it and truly believe in yourself. Now, it would help, of course, if the media wasn't awash of older people, wise icons. But we're bombarded with these teen idols. So seeking out older success stories is crucial for combating this "I failed by the time I've reached 30. Remind yourself that Vera Wang, right, that amazing designer, she started in her 40s. Martha Stewart wrote her first book at the age of 41, and Charles Darwin was age 50 when he wrote The Origin of the Species. So right now, I am asking you to make a conscious effort to start seeking out people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who inspire you. They have so much more data in life that they can share with you. I think these individuals, those that have had greater success later in life, it actually should make you more excited for the future. If we think that our time is up, then what have we got to look forward to? So let's agree today to make a conscious decision to remind ourselves of how our personal journey that to success isn't about the success. It's about the journey, gratitude, appreciating each step of the journey. Because not all of us can be winners at the age of 18. Maybe it's your 40s, 50s, or even in your 80s. Honestly, what's wrong with that? So what I want you to do now is everybody go and grab a pen and paper. Off you go. Go and grab a pen and paper. All the VIPs here in the room, turn your cameras on. Go and grab a pen and paper, all right? And I'm going to head on over to my whiteboard. So everyone has a pen and paper, right? Show a thumbs in the room, VIPs. You don't turn up to a session with Sally without a pen and paper ready, all right? You shouldn't be hunting for one. You should already have one. I'm just looking down in the VIP room right now. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Let me bring up my drawing thing. Okay, what I want you to do now is I want you to draw 10 lines. Is this horizontal? Oh, that's very big. I want you to draw 10 lines horizontal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we've got 10 horizontal lines. Now I want you to do 11 vertical lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I don't need all of those ones over there. I'm just going to, let's make that bigger. I'm just going to rub those ones out. Okay, so we should have this little box here. You may not be able to rub them out like me, but that's okay. All right, so now what I want you to do is I want you to colour in this top box line here and this second one here. Okay, so colour in those first two. So those first two lines are ages 1 to 10 and 11 to 20. So everybody watching this should be there. Now what I want you to do is I want you to colour in the boxes up to the age that you are. Now, I actually have to get out a calculator because I don't actually know how old I am. Let me Google that. Hang on, let me have a look. Age for 25 November 1978. Apparently I'm 43. Hey, I'll be 44 in a few days. Okay, so I've got to colour in another 2 lines. Take me to 40. And it says 43. I'm going to stick with 43 because I haven't hit 44 yet. Okay. Look how much living I still have left. Right? I still have all of that time. Now, this takes us up to age 90. I expect I'll live longer than the age of 90, but I'm being conservative here. I would love you to snap a photo of how many years you have left. And I don't know about you, but if you're in my space, if you're in the sparkle world, you're on this planet to transform lives, to help people. And I don't think we ever stop wanting to do that. Now, the way in which we do that may shift and change over time. However, the average age of a successful entrepreneur startup is the age 40. So only 3 years into that. That's it, Liz. We never stop serving. Exactly. So how many do you have left? This can now visually see. So if I change this color here, right, this one here to probably 18, even some people before that, but let's just say, you know, your adolescence. Honestly, I haven't really done or used many of the years yet, right? So visually, when people come to the sales calls, and Jackie and I heard this so often, was people were just telling us their age like it mattered. And we would get off the call and we would be like, there's another one. That's how old they are. So my grandmother-in-law, or sorry, Danny's grandmother, who is honestly my guardian angel, she was in her late 60s before she started. And then by the time she retired, which was only 6 months before she passed away, at 93, she was still working to the ripe old age of 93, still helping and inspiring people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. She was a 2-time published author after she was 70. After she was 70, she did most of her greatness in her 80s, traveling, being a public speaker, and got inducted into the Psychic Hall of Fame. All in her 80s. She didn't start until she got a divorce in her 60s. Because back then, it wasn't the done thing to do. Amazing, right? Find these amazing people. They're the ones you want to be looking up to. Not the little teeny boppers bouncing around on TikTok with 1 million followers. I want to see what they're actually doing. And I followed some really big startup people in their early 20s. And by the time they're in their 30s, they're burnt out, or they've gotten rid of the business, or they just didn't have the life experience to keep on going. So you've got this. I know you do. All right, let's go on over to the VIP room. I've got my windows in my wrong spot, so I keep looking to the wrong side. Hello, VIPs. Let us know, what was your biggest takeaway this morning or this evening? Eva.
There is no one right age to start living your life.
Yes, exactly. I don't know why people think that they can't start now. And I always say, forgive yourself for what you didn't know before you knew it. Don't be bashing yourself up because you didn't start something sooner. You are where you're supposed to be right now. for a reason. Jackie, I saw you in the background there, love. She's walking around the house getting ready for launch today. There's a few of you launching today. We're so excited for you. And this topic came up after our sales call week. We're like, oh my goodness, we couldn't believe how many people were telling us how old they were. What would you like to speak to that?
I know. Here's the biggest thing. I always say it's never too late, right? But here's the biggest thing is regret. The regret that, oh, I wish, or what if? And that is the biggest thing. So you're never gonna ever know until you give it a go. And these sayings that I think Tony Robbins said one day was, you underestimate yourself in 1 year, but you overestimate yourself in 1 year, but you underestimate yourself in 10 years. And what you can actually do in that amount of time is so much. But we really have our own distortion of what actual time is. But when you think about it from a different perspective, we have so much time. We really do. We spend a lot of time thinking about how much time we don't have. So that's a lot of wasted time, don't you think?
100% agree. Like, it's so surprising how many, like, we had a huge conversation about this a week ago, and I'm like, I've got to totally talk on this because the amount of people that was so concerned with how old they were when they were joining our program. And we're like, I mean, a year with us is also just touching the surface of what we can truly achieve working with our clients. I mean, that's why some of them sign up for 4 years after their first year with us. So, yeah, like, did you like my little diagram? I told you I was going to do a diagram.
I love it. Hold on, let me just quickly, being 46 here, so I have so many years ahead of me. And when you look at it that way, you just got to think to yourself, oh my gosh, I do have so many years. But think about all these experience that you have behind you, which means this is really the time for us to thrive.
Yeah. Yes. Hey guys, if Jackie's actually running a mindset session later on today, where can they go, Jackie, to register for your mindset session?
Oh, so my mindset session, they can certainly register. It is magicmindsetmasterclass.com.
Magicmindsetmasterclass.com. You need to come. I've been watching Jackie put this training together and it is amazing, to say the least. It's the stuff that Jackie uses with our clients and she's giving it away for free. So come along and enjoy the amazingness of Jackie. I mean, she's been in the mindset industry working, as a behavioral therapist and all the things that you do, right? For like 20 plus years. So she's amazing. What about Christy? You're hiding in the background. I'm not letting you out. Christy's new to our team. I'll see if she's actually there or if she's just taking notes.
I am here. I am getting kids into the car, so I have no hands.
That's okay.
I love listening to the training and, seeing things from a different perspective. It's not about what you've done with what time you've had. It's about what you can do with what's left to come. I think it's really awesome to look at it that way.
I love it. How's Christy taking the kids to school, still here in the VOZ, doing the things? It's so awesome. This is how we roll, baby. What about you, Liz?
Hi, everyone. I'm kind of got my internet's wobbly, so I'm going to keep my camera off.
Okay.
But, I think of Louise Hayes, who I am a big fan of. She actually started her publishing company in her 60s.
There you go.
You think about that, and amazing, worked till she said, "I'm just going to work till the day I pop off," and she did, and she left so much inspiration to the world. And I think about my mom. She wrote her first book in her 80s about living through World War II in England, and
wow.
About her family in Australia and England through the war. It was an amazing book. So Yeah, age doesn't matter. My grandma used to say, age is a matter of mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter.
Yes, I love that. I love that so much. And what about you, Robin? How are you? We'll see. I don't know if Robin can actually talk or if she's talking. Oh, yes, microphone's just come off. Hey, Robin.
Finding the button. Finding the button. I've found this morning it's just been a really good reminder, because like you can have that attitude that mind is just a number, but sometimes life happens and life gets in the way, and it's easy to sort of slip back into thinking differently and not having that positive approach. And so for me, this has been a really good reminder to just keep pushing forward in what I'm wanting to achieve.
Yeah, I mean, there are certain things that can happen in life to all of us that makes us feel old, right? There are so many things that can happen. I mean, even just looking at my daughter who's, starting to drive, and I'm like, oh my God, like I was 20 something, early 20s when I had her, and, now she's driving. But honestly, when you look at that, I've still got many little squares left, many squares left. So, I think that visual representation of, when I started this business, I said to my husband, give me 5 years. It wasn't like I knew I wasn't going to go in and be an overnight success. I mean, there are the unicorns out there, right, that appear to be overnight successes. I want to know all the stuff that happened before. Awesome, guys. Well, that is the end of our session here today. But thank you all VIPs for jumping on in. And we've got a couple of our clients launching today. We've got Lacey and Sarah and Jackie. Oh my goodness, there's 3 of you all launching today. I'm going to be like back to back supporting you all, learning from you all, and taking notes. I can't wait to see you all with your launches. So we've got Boost Your Milk Supply with Lacey. We have puppy training with Sarah, and then the Magic Mindset Masterclass with Jackie. How awesome is that? So if anyone wants any links to any of those classes or knows anyone, what we'll do is we'll drop the links under this video to both Jackie, Lacey, and Sarah, or DM me and I'll just send them to you. But keep an ear out, because every week, well, most weeks, we've got clients inside our community who are sharing their inner sparkle with the world. They're amazing at what it is that they do. They show up for you, right? Sure, they're running a business, but the reason why we all do what it is that we do is to help you. This is my break. Well, it doesn't feel like a break week at the moment, but this is a break week. And I'm like, I don't really want to do my hair today. That's why it's in a bun, a little bit of lippy, and I'm done. I didn't even iron my top, right? This is I got a new top from Little Party Dress. If anyone wants to know where all my color comes from, I buy my clothes from Little Party Dress. Let them know Sally sent you. I don't know. Honestly, they should have an affiliate link. I'm falling in love with their clothes every day. Wait until you see my blue party dress I have for next graduation. Oh, it sparkles. I bought it in the car with Jackie. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, shopping, buying clothes. All right, it is my birthday month, and guess who else's birthday month it is? Hang on, let me come back to the VIP room. Hang on, where are you? There she is. Hello. Yes. It is Jackie's birthday month as well. Hello, Jackie. I feel like we need to
Birthday sisters.
I know, right? Jackie's on the 24th. I'm on the 25th. We should totally make it like a girls' weekend every year or something. I had a thought last night. I'm like, we should like be going out partying together for our birthday every year. Anyway, I'm thinking of flying to Sydney in another week or so just for a night. So maybe we'll have an early birthday celebration.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, keep your ears out, because I'm sure we'll have some some birthday specials coming in the Sparkle world as well. All right, guys, for everybody out there, we also do, see, I've put my window in the wrong spot today and I keep hitting the wrong buttons. We also do goal setting. So if you don't, and like, hang on. You don't want the music. Hang on. So we're about to go dark and do our goal setting for the week with our VIPs. But I want you to do your goal setting. And just as Jackie mentioned before, we tend to underestimate what we can achieve in a year. No, overestimate what we can achieve in a year and underestimate what we can achieve in 10 years. Same with our weekly goals. We tend to overestimate what we can achieve in a week and underestimate what we can achieve in a month or a quarter. So what I always get you guys to do is to only set 3 to 5 major goals every week. 1 has to be a marketing goal. Has to be. 2 has to be a sales goal. Right? Mindset work is essential. Okay? Now, education and innovation, optional. We still always want to be educating ourselves, but sometimes our education can also fall into the marketing, sales, and mindset departments. So what is the thing out of all of the 3 major things, marketing, sales, and mindset, that you need the most? And educate yourself on that. And that way, I want you to only set 3 to 5 goals, and they have to be non-negotiable. The things that only you can do, and if done well, will take your business forward. Stop making pretty graphics unless you have to. If it's for launch. Okay? You don't need a logo. Here is a logo. Do your marketing and your sales and your mindset work. So I want you to write these 3 things down, but then also I want you to set a benchmark. It's all well and good to say, I'm going to make 2 sales this week. Sure. How? I mean, a benchmark 2 sales, that's a pretty good one, but you're giving a number. But I need you to show, how will you know you have achieved the goal? Okay, don't just say, I'm going to post on social media every day. Very broad. I want to know, what is the intention, which is my word of the year. What is the intention behind the post? I'm sure it's a sales or marketing intention, or potentially sales and marketing can also be nurture, right? Because we're nurturing people to get them to the sale. And tune in next week, because I'm going to teach you the 7 stages of the customer's life cycle. So if you don't know what the 7 major customer life cycle stages are, then you want to tune in next week when I go through all of them to make sure that we're not leaving any holes or gaps in our business, so that we're not collecting emails, for example, or new leads, and then they just kind of sit there and they don't get looked after in between. But it goes beyond the sale as well. There's so much more that people are forgetting to do when it comes to running their business. So that's the 7 stages of the customer life cycle next week. Make sure to tune in for that. Let me know that you're still here with a hashtag live. And if you're still here at the end, hashtag replay. Okay. And I will see you on our next live. As always, guys, never let anyone dull your sparkle. And make sure you get at least 1 income-producing activity done each and every day.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light. Just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares? yourself, 'cause